Good morning. Good morning. So, as you can see by my picture, I'm trying something new today. I have comfortably made it to 18 hours fasted. I mean, that's pretty comfortable for me. In all honesty, fasting 18 hours, somewhere around 16 to 17 hours fasted, I start feeling hungry. Here's the thing about fasting. Hunger comes in waves that only last about 10 minutes, typically. And it's not the same kind of hunger pains that I had when I was consuming massive amounts of sugar and carbohydrates and processed food. The hunger is so much different when you're doing keto. And I think that's what's made it easy for me to transition to an intermittent fasting lifestyle. Now, for those of you who may have never seen my video, my name is Melanie, aka Princess Ninja, and my channel is primarily about health, nutrition. I'm like a geek when it comes to learning new things about fitness and diet and exercise and just kind of random information, all that have to do with your health. And happiness and well-being and just living a healthy lifestyle. Now, you may not deem the ketogenic diet as healthy, but you know what? We all got to take our own journey. We've got to. And if you go back to my 200 and something videos spanning 3 years, I've tried Weight Watchers, I've tried vegan, I've tried vegetarian, I've tried whole foods. I have tried everything, and it's been the same result each time. The weight creeps up, the hunger pains are out of control, the cravings, the binge eating, and then I found keto. And the reason I call myself the keto critic is because I was the most critical of the ketogenic diet. I fought trying this diet tooth and nail. You can go back through my videos on this channel and find me actually getting pissed off and saying, I'm not going to try the keto diet. That's why I jokingly call myself the keto critic, right? And now here I am, 5 months, 1 week keto, and I am having the most amazing results. It's changing my life. I mean, it is transformative. Is it easy? No. Good morning, Rogue. The keto diet is not an easy transformation. The first few weeks is very hard. You are breaking sugar addiction. You are breaking carbohydrate addiction. The cravings are through the roof. You kind of feel eating the food because, you know, if you're like me, you've been on these stupid low-fat restrictive diets, calorie restrictive diets. So now you're teaching your body to eat more calories. You're raising your metabolism. You're breaking all of these food and all of these ridiculous notions about, you know, processed foods and everything else. So the transition to keto can be difficult. It can be difficult. But man, once you get past the addictions, once you stick with it and you're here, the addictions go away. Can I tell you, honestly, I rarely ever crave sweets anymore. Like every once in a while, if I see someone eating ice cream or if I see somebody eating cheesecake or, you know, you can go back, hey, I'm actually at work. This is my work. Brian, this is my work. I purposefully come into my job 45 minutes to an hour early every morning, and I walk. My goal is 2 miles before I start my day. And it is a balmy 76 degrees outside and humid today. But so on my ketogenic journey, I have begun intermittent fasting, and I've been able to do that because when you are in ketosis and your body is becoming fat adapted, you lose your hunger. Please remember that the biggest reason why I'm overweight to begin with is because of lack of self-control. No, it's not a hotel. It's a big warehouse. When I come around, you're going to see the big bay doors where our line truck. I work for an electric utility, and so we have big line trucks that I work in that building up there. It's an office building, nothing fancy. Anyway, so I began intermittent fasting because I am insulin resistant, because I'm a type 2 diabetic, and because weight loss comes very slow for me. I have a couple metabolic issues that make my metabolism, and because I've been a serial dieter my whole life, calorie restricted, low fat, I'm just going to control my portions because I've done that my whole life. And here's the craziness. So my body probably started out being able to successfully burn 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day. That's what my body started out as. But because I'm like, nope, I gotta lose weight, so I'm gonna run a calorie deficit. So I bring the calories down to 1,800. I lose weight for a little while, lose weight for a little while, lose weight for a little while. Then all of a sudden my metabolism says, you know what? I think she's starving. I think that there's a famine going on. Maybe we don't have enough food. And this goes back to biblical times, right? Our bodies were created to do this, right? Created specifically to change our metabolism when there's a lack of food, because if you go back 100 years ago, there wasn't grocery stores on every corner. And, during the winter months, we weren't growing crops, in the northern states. We did store food and things like that, but food was scarce. Okay, so what happened is I started out at 2,000, 2,200. And then because I restricted my calories for so long, I lost weight initially. But then my body said, oh crap, she's starving. And then my weight came down, which means, thank you. Then my weight came down, which means my body said, okay, instead of needing 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day to move around her 200-pound body, she now weighs 180 pounds and she's only been eating 1,800 calories. Let's slow the metabolism down a little bit. So now I'm eating healthy, I'm exercising, I'm consuming 1,800 calories, but the weight loss has stopped. So what do? I lower my calories again. Now I'm down to 1,500 calories. Now I'm losing weight. I'm moving the scale again. After about 3 or 4 months, I've lost another 10 pounds. Now I'm sitting at 170. I'm still not at my goal weight, right? And my body says, oh crap, she's starving again. Right? I'm eating vegetables and I'm eating fruit and I'm well portioned and I'm watching my fat and I got them calories all under control. And now I'm stuck again. So, okay, well, I've lost 10 pounds. Well, now let's drop it down to 1,500 calories I can do. So now here's where the ugliness of this begins. Okay, so now my metabolism has learned that I'm going to starve it. So it's just going to keep shutting down. It's just going to keep, now it's got a memory. Now it's like, oh crap, that's right. She's going to start losing weight now. So now I'm dropped down to 15. Now I'm hungry. Because let's face it, 1,500 calories, that's 500 calories a meal. You can't eat a freaking pancake with a slab of butter for 500 calories. You can't eat 2 small English muffins for 500 calories. You can't have a small bowl of oatmeal with milk and fruit for 500 calories. So now you're eating these little tiny, and wait, to keep from getting hungry, the doctor now says, okay, well, 1,500 calories a day, and you're going to eat 2 snacks. So now we're dividing 1,500 calories by 6. So now here you are eating this small portion, just enough to spike your insulin, just enough to spike your glucose, right? Make your hormones, but your body's like, wait a minute, what the hell? I'm hungry. Feed me. So now you're fighting hunger. Now you're fighting cravings. Now you're down to 1,500 calories. You're starting to feel miserable. Your metabolism picks up on this and says, oh crap, there must be a zombie apocalypse. There's no food available. She's starving to death because it doesn't know you're on a diet. It just knows you're running such a massive calorie restriction because remember, you're still burning the same exact amount of calories at 200 pounds that you're burning at 170, give or take 50 calories a day, but you've reduced your calories now to 1,500. So now you're at 1,500 calories. Now your metabolism slows down even further. Remember, in the very beginning, you could eat 2,000 to 2,200 and maintain your weight. Now you're down, okay, I really want to hit 150 pounds, so I'm going to drop my calories again. So now your body's under incredible amount of stress. It's producing cortisol because it's under this incredible amount of stress. So cortisol is a hormone that prevents you from losing weight. Now your hormone levels are off. Now your freaking insulin is through the roof when you do eat because you're trying to eat high dense carb foods to keep you fuller longer. So now you're down to 1,400 calories. You're dividing that 6 times a day. You're spiking your insulin 6 times a day. It's madness. It's madness. Just stop. So anyway, without the ketogenic diet, there's no possible way in the world I would have ever been able to fast for 18 to 20 hours comfortably. And when I say comfortably, there are some hunger pains, which brings me to my video today. So as you can see by the picture, let me show you this. Gosh, it probably looks like I'm carrying around meth or something. I'm not, I promise. And I'm not even joking about that because I've had several... That truck is really loud. I've had several friends that have messed around with drugs and gotten themselves in major issues. So this is pink Himalayan salt. And I follow this doctor. See, it's pink Himalayan salt. I follow this doctor, Dr. Boz, B-O-Z, on YouTube. I love her. I just discovered her a couple weeks ago. I talked about her in my epophagy, when I talked about epophagy and how your cells will eat damaged cells, rebuild them. They'll take the DNA structure, the cell structure from old unusable cells, and they'll rebuild all new cells. It's what keeps you from getting saggy skin when you lose weight. And it's one of the benefits of intermittent fasting. But it really doesn't, epophagy really doesn't kick in until you hit 20 hours. Now, the jury's out, and they have not done enough studies on long-term fasting. Oh, no. It's pink Himalayan salt. It's salt crystals. So Dr. Boz, see, it's salt. It's just salt that I took out of my salt grinder. It's pink Himalayan salt. There it is. It's pink Himalayan salt, like that comes in a grinder. Okay, but they're salt crystals. And when you're following a ketogenic diet, your kidneys become ultra effective at eliminating salt and potassium. So one of the biggest struggles that people have on keto is maintaining their sodium levels. Where a normal person can do 1,500 milligrams of sodium, someone on a ketogenic diet, a sedimentary ketogenic diet is recommended to start somewhere around 2,500, 3,000 milligrams of salt. And then someone who has an active lifestyle, someone who works out, sweats, works outside, whatever, is recommended even higher. Yes. So what Dr. Boz recommends that you do to sustain yourself, because today I'm going for 20 hours. Now, the reason I haven't been able to go for 20-hour fast longer than I have is because I am still insulin resistant. That can take years to repair. Most people can repair themselves in about 6 months to 8 months of doing keto and intermittent fasting. Remember, this is my 5th month of keto. I've only been intermittent fasting for about 3.5 months. So, with that being said, I could have a couple more months before my insulin sensitivity goes up. Once that happens, this is going to get much easier for me. But what's been happening is I'm okay, my blood sugar's okay until about 17 hours fasted. 17 hours, my blood sugar starts falling and continues to fall until I hit about my 19th or 20th hour fasted. And then what happens is I get a big drop, hypoglycemia. I'm talking about blood sugars less than 60. I start feeling shaky, cold, clammy, confused, disoriented. Low blood sugar is no joke. So, what Dr. Boz recommends to help fight off those hunger pains, the release of hormones. So all throughout the day while you're fasting, your body's hunger hormones are released in waves. They're released in waves. Wow, the lights just went out. So those hunger hormones are released in waves. And one of the ways that she recommends that you combat that is by taking a crystal of Himalayan salt and putting it on your tongue. Because she says that can fight hunger. That can help you, sustain you for that extra 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 20 minutes while the hunger pain is passing. So I'm going to try her method today. As always, I'm going to continually check and monitor my blood sugars and make sure my blood sugars are good, because low blood sugar can be just as dangerous as high blood sugar. I did pack myself a smaller lunch today because I'm beginning my phase. My goal is Monday through Friday while I'm at work, I would like to be able to do a 20-hour fast and have a 4-hour eating window so that I can achieve... No, some people's metabolism are just like that. You could have some other hormonal issues that block the hormone that makes you feel hungry. There is a specific hormone for hunger. And if you could have something going on with your thyroid, that would definitely do that. A lot of people that are diabetic, it can go one of two ways. You've either got diabetics that can't control hunger, and then you've got diabetics that are hungry all the time. That are never hungry and lose a lot of weight. So you could have some kind of hormonal issue going on there that would be causing that. But I'm not a doctor, so I'm just saying, as much of these websites that I follow, some people are like that. I wish I had that problem. So, never being hungry. That would make this so much easier for me. But you're thin. I've seen your videos. You're pretty thin. You are borderline diabetic. Maybe that's it. Yes. Well, insulin, or the lack of insulin, or, there's all kinds of different things. See, where insulin makes me hungry. I always know when my blood glucose is high because I'm hungry. Good morning. Good morning. I'm actually wrapping this up. I hope you can watch it on the replay. I've been talking about Dr. Boz on YouTube. Look her up if you're ever considering doing intermittent fasting with keto today. So Dr. Boz recommends that if you're trying to prolong your fast, that you carry pink Himalayan salt crystals. That's what these are. They're whole crystals. Just like the crystals you would put in a salt grinder. And that when you get a wave of hunger, like you feel like, oh, okay, I can't go any longer, I've got to eat, to place one of those salt crystals on the end of your tongue. And she says it actually, because the crystals are so hard, it takes a little while to break down, like rock salt. It takes a little while to break down. And she says sometimes that can trick your brain into shutting off that hunger hormone because the brain thinks it's eating. And it can just push you a little bit further because the hunger hormone comes in waves and usually doesn't last longer than 10 minutes. So if you can do something to get through that 10 minutes. Now, usually I chew gum, but because I don't want a lot of artificial sweetener, I only chew about 2 or 3 pieces of gum per day. period. I started doing that when I quit smoking. So anyway, it's just gum has taken the place of cigarettes, and I'm going to tell you it's much healthier. Anyway, so if you have a chance, go on over and check out Dr. Boz. I actually love her channel. She's so informative. She's writing a book now on prolonged fasting. She does a wonderful video on autophagy. She breaks down and explains so many very technical parts of ketogenic in very simple to understand terms. She's got a really great speaking voice. She's got a great video presence. I just love learning from her. So go check out Dr. Boz if you get a chance. And I'm going to try her Himalayan salt trick today. And I will let you know tomorrow if that works. So today, if my blood sugar stays in a good range and I don't get hypoglycemic, I'm going to try to extend my fast to a 20-hour fast. But what's been happening is somewhere between 17 and 19 hours, my blood sugar falls from like 90 to 60s. And then I start feeling very hypoglycemic. 60 might be normal for you, but if you're someone who's accustomed to having a blood sugar of 90 all the time, 60 is very low. But 60 is considered a normal blood sugar range. So I'm going to be monitoring my blood sugar all day, making sure that I don't fall too low, but I'm aiming for a 20-hour fast, and I am going to use pink Himalayan salt to get me there. I hope it works. I hope it works. Go check out Dr. Boz. She's wonderful. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. You have a good day, Brian.